The boy walked barefoot along the cold asphalt, a torn backpack hanging from his shoulders. Around him, people hurried by. Someone was eating a bun, someone argued on the phone, someone even laughed. They were laughing at an old German shepherd lying by the wall like a discarded object. Dirty, emaciated, with cloudy eyes and a swollen paw, it had long forgotten what hope was. Its ribs stuck out, its fur was matted, its breathing heavy, as if every movement came with pain. Passers-by pushed it away like trash. No one stopped, no one reached out a hand. And then he appeared, small, quiet, as if from another world. He didn't run away, didn't call his mother. He simply stood there and looked for a long time. There was no fear in his gaze, only something the world had almost forgotten: kindness. He crouched down, unzipped his old backpack, and pulled out a jacket. Slowly, carefully, he laid it across the dog's paws. And in that moment, everything changed. The crowd that had just been laughing fell silent. Someone lowered their phone, someone looked away, someone even began to cry. The boy said nothing. He extended his hand, not touching the dog, simply letting it feel warmth. His fingers trembled, not from fear, but from care. The drizzle fell, raindrops streaming down his face, but he sat there, unmoving. Then he reached into his pocket, pulled out a hard crust of bread, and set it in front of him. The dog raised its head, sniffed, and ate the piece without taking its eyes off the boy. It was the first step, a small one, but real. People began to stop. Someone recorded a video, but without laughter. Even a delivery driver got out of his van and stared as if witnessing a miracle. The boy whispered something softly to the dog, words no one could hear. And then, the German shepherd weakly wagged its tail, as if to say, "I hear you." Someone in the crowd shouted, "Get away. He might bite." But the boy didn't move. He reached out and placed his hand on the wet fur. A light, gentle touch. No fear, no force, just an invitation. The dog tensed but didn't pull away. And then it pressed its head against his knee. Slowly, awkwardly, as if testing whether this would disappear like a dream. The crowd froze. A woman with a shopping bag whispered, "He touched him." Someone behind breathed out, "God." Even the rain seemed quieter. The dog exhaled, long, heavy, as if casting off the weight of all those lived years. And on the edge of the crowd, a man's lips trembled. The boy slipped a thin rubber bracelet off his wrist and fastened it around the dog's neck. A sign: "You're not alone anymore." A woman in a blue jacket with a paw print logo approached. "I'm from the shelter. I can help." The boy lifted his eyes, too old for his age, "Only if he's not alone." "Never," she promised. When they lifted the dog into the car, the boy held its back. His old jacket still covered those trembling bones. His mother stood by, silent, gripping his hand. She understood. This was more than rescuing an animal. A soul had been saved. Maybe even two. At the vet clinic, the doctor said, "You've got a good friend. A real fighter." The wounds would heal. The paw would recover. His weight would return. But the scar around his neck, a mark of an old chain, would remain forever. The boy stroked the dog's ear. "Now you're free." They came home late at night. In the corner, on an old mattress, the dog lay down, and beside him, the boy. "I'll call you Scar," he said, "because you survived." The dog sighed, as if in agreement. From that day, life changed. In the morning, sunlight filled the apartment, and where yesterday there was emptiness, now there was a home. Scar ate slowly, carefully, as if afraid the food might vanish. He never left the boy's side, even waiting outside the bathroom door. And one day, when a bully threatened the boy, Scar stepped forward and barked. Low, hoarse, but with such strength that the bully ran. Days passed. The dog learned trust. The boy, how to feel. He started singing again, something he hadn't done since his father died. One day they sat in the yard, and the boy whispered, "When you were little, did you have a mom?" And without waiting for an answer, added, "I had a dad. He died. I didn't cry then. I just went silent. And when I saw you in the rain, I realized, you'd been silent too. Just longer." Scar licked his cheek, and that was enough. Now, every evening, the boy writes in a calendar, "One more day you're home." Someone from the crowd sent a photo from that rainy day, with a handwritten note, "We forgot how to feel. Your son reminded us." His mother taped it to the fridge. A month passed. Scar changed. The scar on his neck remained, but now it wasn't a mark of pain, it was a sign of strength. He greeted the morning at the window, watching the boy tie his shoelaces and follow him with his eyes to the stairs. And in the evening, they sat by the window. The world rushed, buzzed. But in their space, there was silence, trust, and simple happiness. Because sometimes, all it takes is one small heart to save a life that was almost gone.